Dear students, welcome to the English class. Today, let's take up the thief story from the supplementary reader Footprints Without Feet of class 10th. The thief story has been written by Ruskin Bond. Before starting with the lesson, dear children, let me tell you briefly about the great writer of this beautiful short story. Children, Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He was born on 19th May 1934 in Kasauli, Himachal Pradesh. He wrote his first story at the tender age of 16. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, at the age of 17, won him John Llewellyn Raz Memorial Award. Since then, he has written several novels, short stories, essays, poems, making him one of the best loved and most admired chroniclers of contemporary India. His style of writing is distinct in a way that he tries to make the readers understand the characters and landscape through carefully mastered words. His stories manifest a deep love for nature and children. Most of his works are influenced by life in the hill stations at the foothills of Himalayas, where he spent his own childhood. He has been honored with not only the Sahitya Akademi Award for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra in 1992, but also the Padam Shri in 1999 for his lifetime contribution to Indian literature in English, as well as Padma Bhushan in 2014. Ruskin Bond now lives in Landore, near Mussoorie, with his adopted family. Children, let's now talk about the theme and synopsis of the story. The story has a simple plot, but an important message. It deals with the reformative power of trust. It explores the effective role of benevolence, forgiveness, love, and large-heartedness in dealing with the young people who show tendencies to go astray. Yet another theme is the temptation to do evil and the means of self-redemption. All these strains of theme are interwoven into the story of our 15-year-old boy who has a thriving career as a petty thief, comes in contact with a kind-hearted writer who is able to bring out a transformation in him. The story begins with Hari Singh, a smart young thief who changes his name every month to stay ahead of the police and his old employers. Hari is on a lookout for his new victim. He soon decides on Anil, a young struggling writer who seems to be an easygoing person and would be an appropriate target. Hari gives us most appealing smiles and shows us innocent looks and willingness to work, even without wages. This melts Anil's heart and he employs Hari as his cook, as Hari claims that he knows how to cook. In return, Hari would get food and a place to live. Anil takes the young boy home. The first meal which Hari cooks is terrible. It is inedible. It is so bad that it is fed to the street dogs. But despite Hari's lies about knowing how to cook, Anil kindly lets him stay, as he is ignorant about Hari's real intentions. Anil teaches Hari how to cook. Not only that, dear students, this kind-hearted man teaches him also how to read, write, and add numbers. Hari too keenly takes up this learning opportunity and sees it as an opening for bigger and better planned thefts in his future. Hari now starts making himself useful, getting everyday essentials like groceries, etc. from the market with the money which Anil gives him. He is able to make money from there too, as Anil never asks him about the expenditure. Hari has his own key to Anil's room. A month goes by in this routine. when one day Anil returns home with a good amount of money. He is very happy as he has sold a book of his to a publisher. Hari, on the other hand, has been very passive till now, content with the small everyday bits of money, waiting for an opportunity. This money is now a temptation for him. He decides and plans how to steal it and run away that same night. As per his plans, Hari steals the money from under the mattress after Anil goes off to sleep and slips out of the house. It's when he comes out that Hari's conscience starts hitting him. He realizes that he had actually cheated and stolen from the only person who had ever trusted him. He had left the only home he had ever had. Struggling with his inner conscience, Hari reaches the railway station from where he had intended to board the train and escape the city. He sees the train slowly pulling out of the station. He could have easily boarded it, but his mind was still in a turmoil, which stopped him from doing so. His newly awakened inner voice tells him that money is not everything and could not buy everything. The love, affection, home, and above all, the trust which Anil had given him could not be bought with all this money which he had stolen from him. Hari comes out of the station still introspecting about his actions. It is raining outside. He moves in the lanes and ponders on the matter. He knew Anil well enough by now to know that the simple and kind-hearted man would not even complain about the stolen money. The rain outside not only drenches him, but also cleanses him and clears his mind to take a decision. He wants to stay with Anil. He wants to learn to read and write and earn honestly rather than by stealing. Reformed, Hari goes back, slips the money under the mattress, lies down to sleep with dreams of a brighter future. Next day, Anil gives him money, telling him that from now on he would be able to give him regular wages since he had money now. He makes no mention of the last night's incident, though it is obvious that he must have guessed what happened, as the money was still wet from the last night's rains. So, children, this is the story of a young thief who's reformed with just a bit of kindness, love, and trust. No one told him what was right or wrong. The realization of difference between right and wrong came from within, and thus the positive change in him. Children, let's now talk about the two characters around whom the story revolves. Anil, he is a young struggling writer, very easygoing, simple, kind-hearted, and can be won over easily. He was not very rich and could not afford to employ Hari as a cook, but he has patience and goodness in him. He not only teaches Hari to cook, but also to read, write, and add numbers. He is very trusting and gives the key to his room to Hari, whom he has just met. He is forgiving too. He seems to be knowing about Hari's theft, but says nothing to him. He is a gullible person, but a good man. Hari, on the other hand, is a lad of 15, but an experienced and successful thief. At this young age, he seems to have a lot of understanding of human behavior through his sharp observation. He is able to assess Anil as an easy target and befriends him quickly. He is good at face reading, and his analysis about the greedy and poor and rich man's reaction on being robbed is astonishingly accurate. He is transformed in the end when he realizes that he was stealing from the only person in the world who had trusted him and given him home and love. This beautiful short story comes with a very strong message. The first and the most striking message is that even bad people have some inherent good in them. And with the right circumstances, love, trust, they can be transformed into a better person. Another message is that we should not shatter the trust people place in us. For if once the bond of trust is snapped, it can never be restored. The title, The Thief's Story, is a very apt one, as the story is a first-person account of Hari Singh, a juvenile thief. It is told from his perspective. The readers feel the confusion and trauma in his mind and see him reforming from a petty thief to an honest boy. Thank you, dear children. I hope that now you will enjoy reading the whole story.